So good morning. I'm Katharine Lusk. I'm the Executive Director of the Initiative on Cities here at Boston University. It is a pleasure to welcome you all here this morning. On behalf of BU President Bob Brown and our Director Graham Wilson, thank you for joining us. It's also a wonderful opportunity. I want to thank the Congress for New Urbanism New England for putting this event together. Anything that involves bringing together a multidisciplinary audience of planners and city officials and urban scholars who are all devoted and share our common interest in promoting urban prosperity and vibrancy is a conversation that we're really pleased to be a part of. So for those of you who don't know, the Initiative on Cities is an urban leadership and research center here at BU. We were co-founded by former Boston Mayor Tom Menino, my former boss, and Professor of Political Science Graham Wilson. And we were really created to serve as a bridge between the worlds of urban academic scholarship and the real-life practice of city governance. We work with, every discipline at the university and a lot of partners outside of these halls, from climate scientists to urban planners to computer scientists, public health professionals, and humanities professors. And we, among other activities and programs, one of the projects that we lead is in fact the only nationally representative survey of American mayors. The Menino Survey of Mayors, recently rededicated in honor of our founder, is a project that we initiated last year. And we set out to interview mayors nationwide from cities of all sizes on their policy priorities, their chief challenges, their planned political capital expenditures. And we learned three important things: that they were primarily focused, regardless of city size and sort of financial means of the community, they were primarily focused on three things. They're focused on the physical infrastructure of the city, the built environment. They're focused on the fiscal infrastructure, the money, where the money comes in, how the money goes out. And they're focused on the social infrastructure, the support network, the opportunity for members of the community, race relations, community relations. And so anything involving those sort of three legs of the stool, fiscal, physical, and social infrastructure of the city, is a conversation that we're really gratified to be a part of. I'm really pleased today that we'll focus on two of those legs. We're going to focus, obviously, on a conversation on the physical infrastructure of communities and also the fiscal infrastructure and the ways in which communities can make sound financial decisions that, in the words of one of our former speakers, doesn't mortgage the future of the city and, in fact, promotes intergenerational equity. We often talk about a lot of forms of equity. We talk about inequities of race, of income, of education. But we also really want to remain focused on intergenerational equity and the ways in which the decisions that communities are making today are in fact benefiting residents today as well as residents down the road. So we're excited to be here. We're excited to be part of the conversation. But I should add, members of the BU community are particularly excited to have the opportunity to host Secretary Ashe. Jay Ashe is the Secretary of Housing and Economic Development for the Commonwealth, and as many of you know, was the city manager for the city of Chelsea for many, many years. And what you may not know is that BU was actually intimately involved in the city of Chelsea for 20 years. We worked closely with the school system, with the administration, with teachers, with students, to bring about Chelsea's transformation in its educational system. So we are, not me, but others here are very intimately familiar with the work that Secretary Ashe did, first as a legislative staffer, as a deputy city manager, and as a city manager, to bring about the city's renaissance. So certainly his elevation and promotion to secretary was met with great enthusiasm across the Commonwealth, and it was met with equal enthusiasm among the BU community because we know well how devoted he is to bringing about a city's transformation and renaissance. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for giving the Initiative on Cities an opportunity to be a part of the conversation. Thank you to CNU, and I'm going to turn it over to Doug to get the conversation going.